Okay, my friends. Oh my God, do we have a show for you tonight? This might be one of the greatest examples of erudition that I have ever been able to cobble together in the history of mankind. This may be something that we just, oh my Lord, that we simply cannot imagine how great it is and how wonderful it is. And first of all, I welcome you, but let's get down to brass tacks. There is so much stuff in the news today. And if you're a brand new, if you're a, how do I say this? If you're a podcaster, if you're always wondering about, are they going to sue me? What do I say? Should I say allegedly? If I keep saying, hey, look, I don't know anything about this. I'm just putting it out there. I don't know. Is that enough? And if you do put it out there and it's wrong, so what? We are in an absolute threat of the First Amendment being destroyed, not by the government, but by us. And the first thing we have to do is we have to all understand that we have the right to opine. And if we're wrong, correct us. But don't sue people claiming you were damaged. That's the part that I don't understand. They say that defamation, libel, we don't do slander anymore, but libel, the recorded statement of fact that causes damages, that's untrue. It can't be something that's just theoretically wrong. It's got to be something that hurt you. So if some podcaster claims that Erika Kirk was on some Epstein tape, which we'll talk about, and if that podcaster with 200 subscribers says it and is sued, don't you have to show how that podcaster with 200 subscribers hurt somebody of fame? How could you ever hurt Erika Kirk? What could you say? What could you say that nobody else was saying? I don't understand this. One of the problems I had before with, and I always said this, the best reason to avoid lawsuits is they're a pain in the ass. You could win, but you've got to stop and hire somebody. They're expensive. It's like, why bother? Pick the hill you want to die on. But when they went after Candace for this business involving Macron, I'm thinking, what did Candace Owens do? What did she really do? Candace Owens, I don't want to say little old Candace Owens because she's important, but she did something? What? She started this? No. What exactly happened? Where are the damages? She went after the wife of the president of France. She caused damage. She damaged what? Reputation? How? Reputation for what? Everybody's been saying this. They've been talking this stuff forever. What did Candace do? If somebody in Paris right now, if I said, hey, there's Norm Chomsky, or hey, there's Felix Donovan. Hey, did you hear what happened? Some guy in Paris just said you're a troglodyte. Yeah, or a morphodite. In Paris. Who? Some guy at a bar, some pub. He said you want to sue him? I don't even know who he is. Exactly. So you weren't damaged, were you? We've lost this sense of damages. It drives me crazy. If somebody picks up, if somebody alleges, let's say incorrectly, that they found a rodent hair in some burrito or something at a restaurant, and it was false, that could cause a lot of problems, a lot of damages, and a lot of horror. Do you understand that? A lot of horror. And what's interesting to note about that is that if that is true, and if it is, then you'll be able to sue accordingly, because you can say this guy claimed very, very simply that there was rat hairs and it wasn't, and it was false, and I lost jobs, lost people, lost customers, whatever. That's fine. Do you understand that? Good. Now, this other stuff I don't get. And I don't understand how all of a sudden we're suing somebody just because something was said. Now, I understand, believe me, I understand how defamation works. But does it really? You hear people all the time say, I'm going to sue you. For what? What did I do? How are you damaged by what I said? How? Tell me what I said. Tell me what I said that hurt you. Tell me. And we've forgotten that. Okay, so what? Well, it was wrong. So what? Correct me. This is America. What do you mean wrong? How wrong? For those of you who speak Spanish, there's There's a great pun that says, I may be wrong, but you're moronga. From moronga. Anyway, now, we're going to be talking about this. Have you heard the latest? Who heard the latest one about, there's a recording out, and it's Erika on the phone, on an Epstein phone, negotiating women. Did you hear this one? Have you heard this? It's not true, but did you hear it? Have you heard it? How many heard it? Yes or no? Hit 1 for yes, 2 for no. Did you hear it? It's all over the place. It's going crazy. And there are some people making a lot of mistakes. They say, woo. Listen to your grandpa here. Have you heard this one? Yep, you heard it. Who heard this? Okay. What do you think that is? One guy said, it sounds like Erika. It's like, Putz, be careful. Back up. Do a little research on this. I know it doesn't matter, but it's okay to say, something's not true. The story behind this is that there is a recording that others, I think even X even said, is not Erika recruiting anyone. It is a controlled police-directed phone call. They do this from 2005, and it's the Palm Beach Police Department, so they say. Cops call you up and say, hey, listen, you buying dope from, yeah, pick them up, call them, we'll record it, and you say you want to buy the dope, or hey, I got those girls for you, the ones for, the slavery, yeah, and then you record it, and you incriminate the person and that sort of thing. So this was supposedly from 2005. This is the Palm Beach County Police Department investigation regarding Jeffrey Epstein. And the call was placed to, I'm not going to mention the name, but it was somebody who was described as a known Epstein recruiter, while detectives recorded it. So the girl on the line identified in reports with a particular letter, was cooperating with investigators and attempting to get this other woman to incriminate herself. The call was made as a documented law enforcement tactic used during the early stages of the Epstein case to gather evidence from the old days in Palm Beach. But it seems like there's nobody there, not Erika. No. Now remember something. What are we talking about? We always work on evidence. We love evidence. Evidence is the way it goes. My local sheriff said I had illegal drugs in my house, publicly on Facebook. Would that be considered defamation? Your local sheriff said you had illegal drugs in your house. Would it be defamation? Well, did it cause you any problems? Who heard it? And number one, was there any kind of immunity? Was the person acting regarding an investigation? Remember one thing, my friends, and I want you to, I'm not trying to prevaricate or be in any way slippery, as it were. My favorite word, I'm not going to ballyhoo something. You got to find out if there's an exception. Is there an exception to this? Somebody says something in the course of an official proceeding. Somebody from the prosecutor's office says, so-and-so is under investigation for such it is alleged. They're in an official capacity. There's an exception, immunization. If you say something on the floor of the Congress, you're immune. Courtrooms, that sort of thing. But here's what I'm saying. First and foremost, I love people. I love people to death. But when people start saying things like, I went through and I looked at their forms and the 1099 243B2, and they didn't file this, and they didn't file that, and this one didn't know this, and this is fraud. Hold it. Take it easy. This is a very easy way to get burned. Not that you're going to get sued, but that you're going to be wrong. I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to say something that's not right. What I want to talk about, and we're talking about, is what we see, our opinions regarding the reaction of Erika. Oh, and this woman I told you about, who is just, oh my God. Christine Fekete, Fekete. I'm just saying, what an actress. She holds the microphone and she has this way of speaking. It's like, Jesus. It's all opinion. This is what I've seen. Okay. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to Grandpa here. Listen to me. Don't make me come out there and do something wrong to you. It's easy when you get involved in this to get in this thing. It's fun, especially when you go viral and people are talking about you. Look at my numbers. Be careful with this stuff. And saying allegedly, it's easy because your job is to soup it up and to make it interesting. There are people right now saying, listen to this. You've heard this, whether, and please, there's no reason to react, but they're saying Netanyahu's dead. It started with, we don't know where he is. Well, he hasn't been talking lately. Well, he hasn't been on social media. Well, his son hasn't been on social media. There may be security concerns for this that may militate against this. I have no idea. Maybe there's somebody in X or there's who knows. But I'll be damned if I'm going to say, well, he's obviously dead. Wait a minute. Hold it. Could be, but could be doesn't work. You got to ask yourself, what do I know about this? What am I really? It's okay to say things like people are saying, and if it's true, if it's true, but also yelling allegedly every 5 seconds, that doesn't, If I were to say to you like, well, Lisa Wolfer allegedly, I'm not saying was involved in a bank robbery. You say, what? Oh, I'm not saying it, but well, sometimes if you speak like that, you're kind of sort of saying it without saying it. So but I want you to, put that over here. But the number one is we must default to free speech. Okay, if somebody got it wrong, so what? So what? Let me spell her name for you. I know it's a very fakey, sounds like a past tense. And I don't know. I don't endorse her. She allegedly said this. No, she's just talented as hell. And I just like great talent. She is. Yes, there we go. That's her name. She's very good. Very good. Very talented. Great delivery. Old school stand-up performance based. Not just. I was talking today, had lunch with my buddy in the Hell's Kitchen. This guy's at Hell's Kitchen, actor, Broadway, the whole bit. And we're talking about the notion of performance art, being a performer and comedy and what. And it's just, we need to, I think we might want to have something that says, you need some rudiments of like what defamation is. And here's where people are going to get in trouble also. Not trouble, not as far as I'm concerned. Look, you can tell me anything you want. Did you hear this story? There's a story that said, somebody said, I posted it and then put the correction. They said that Germany has ordered Lexus to shut off all remote control starting, to warm up your car in the winter because that causes pollution, right? That's the story. And then they talk about the WEF. I put up a second one, but others say that's not true. It's not true. See, I love when somebody says, that's not true. I'm always doing it. That's not true. That's not true. See what I'm saying? So what does true mean? Define, what does true mean? What does it mean true? Well, how untrue does it have to be not to be true? Is truth 100%? Is truth perfect? No. I was talking to my, I've got this great ENT, and we're talking on the phone, and we're talking about different things, and it's just terrific because I'm getting this. I felt this thing like ooh. I'm really prone to sinusitis, so I went on this prednisone thing right away. As soon as I get it, and I just blast it because when your voice is your professional voice, I know it. And this guy is terrific. He's the best. So we were talking about something. And listen to this. Fishman says, in my humble opinion, Mr. Rella, the price of diesel is a way bigger deal than Erika. It's really hurting me right now and will cause everything to go up. I can certainly understand that. And I appreciate it. Thank you. But we're not talking about diesel. That's like if I went to a diesel conversation, excuse me, I know this is important. I know it's about diesel, but I don't own a diesel car. Doesn't mean anything to me. Erika Kirk is more important. I wouldn't go to a diesel forum and say, look, I know you're diesel and, but it doesn't mean anything to me. They would say to me, well, go somewhere else. You know what I mean? But thank you. I appreciate that. How long before the Erika Kirk X tape is released? I don't think there's any tape. I don't know of any tape. I don't know about any tape. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there's any tape. I don't know. I don't know. The question is, what about fraud? Now, I don't know about this. See, what if she said something? What if? This is it. Well, we need to be on the inside, which we're not. But if there's anything where even remotely could be theoretical, might have been something in the, see, corporate stuff is very, very cut and dry. It's very boring. It's very easy to make mistakes and to do things that are kind of somewhat criminal, it's hard to say. But do you want to see her? See, this is a real question. Do you really want to see her in prison? See, here's the thing. Do you hate her? I don't. Do people hate her? It's very easy for people to talk about her for so long where you despise her and say, wait a minute, now hold it. She's, okay, I know she's what she is, but why do you despise her? I don't. In the scheme of things, she's kind of small potatoes. I think it's fascinating. I think it is a fascinating story of this frayed, fraught, F-R-A-Y-E-D, frayed, this tattered human species that is just, I've never seen anything like her. As a human, how do I say this? As a lover of human behavior, and if there's any evidence of her doing anything involving, human trafficking, go ahead and do it. But the good thing about this is you get to the bottom of this. And by the way, can we also look at the role of orphanages and modeling agencies? Do any of you ladies? Wait. Listen to this. So we got to the issue of, well, we'll talk about it later. It's boring. Sometimes I think of something and I think, nah, it's not that interesting. Let me go back to this. Do any of you ladies, because you would know this, remember in the 80s, remember his supermodels? Remember what his supermodel was? We don't have them anymore. Don't forget, Kamala Harris's daughter-in-law is a supermodel. She's a supermodel. That thing, whatever that thing is. She's a supermodel. And if she's a supermodel, I'm Eleanor Roosevelt, right? This thing looks like, it looks like she was just recovered. You know what I mean? If ever you needed like somebody to say, okay, we got a scene here where the hostages were recovered. Yes. Can we get her, please? Yeah. She just looks like she's been in extremis for the past 6 months. But in the old days, Christy Turlington and Naomi Campbell. Remember the name Naomi Campbell. That's what I would put if I could raise my hand and say, excuse me, yes. Could I volunteer for investigating? Yes. Sean Penn, Oprah, and Hillary and Bill, but for other reasons too. Remember that Clinton Health Initiative, Clinton Global Health. Remember the vaccines, and it was wild. My friend Charles Ortel and I did a great piece on that. But I would also say Naomi Campbell. You're going to hear more about her as this envelops. Remember, as investigations start, somebody starts talking, and then somebody starts threatening. And somebody says, I'm the last one you want to talk to because I know a lot of stuff that you don't want me to tell, but I'm going to say it. And you might, okay, maybe that's it. But I want this to be open because in the old days, going back to this, when you remember Eileen Ford and Joan was in Casablancas and all these names, these modeling agencies. There were, look at this, Bobs, why did Trump take Erika under his wing? I don't know how much he did. Be honest with you, I don't think Trump has any idea who she is. I think he figures that she was just a name because Trump loves names. This is to his downfall. He loves names and he loves people on, Fox News. And I don't know about you, but I wouldn't have picked half of it, if any of his cabinet. Not me. But hey, look, he's the president. He must know what he's doing. I would not have. The people that I no. So with that in mind, what did he know? I don't know. I think the way she was like pawing on him, like kiss your daddy. He's like, what the hell? What's the matter? Who is this? This is Erika. I go, who? Oh, Charlie. Oh, you're Charlie's wife. Oh, okay. I'll make you the charge of the Air Force parking division or something or other. I just it's just weird. I don't think he knows. But anyway, but in the old days, remember they went through, there was these periods of time in the supermodels, Linda Evangelista, you remember the Claudia Schiffer, blah, 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 and Naomi Campbell. She was the weirdest of them all. But then they said, well, this is great. And it was this young, tall, to an extent tall, skinny. They had them on cocaine, cigarettes, and I don't know what they were. Booze. They were out. They never ate. And then they said, wait a minute. This look is always there. You know where the look is? The place to this sounds brutal when I'm telling you, but people have told me this. You know where you recruit for models? Ukraine. Ukrainian, Russia, Eastern Europe, but Ukraine, for some reason, that was like the gold standard. Even you mentioned Ukraine. Ukrainian, yes. Ukrainian, right now as we speak, Ukrainian, Ukrainian, not surrogacy. Thank you. Surrogacy. Huge. All above board, signing them. So you get this girl who comes to this country. You go out there and say, here's one. Bring them, especially somebody's poor, post-Soviet Union, sending money back home. They didn't know anything. These girls were innocent. They were innocent. And they came and they hooked them up and stuff. Remember where Epstein's apartment right near Bloomingdale's. That was his. So a lot of this stuff with what's his name? The other guy, not Burrell, but anyway, Les Wexner, all these folks. It's just so complicated. But it was a great lure. And they always bring in, Trump was involved in pageants, a little different, a little more regulated, a little more eyes on. Having a pageant is one thing, because you bring in people from different countries, and having a other thing is a different story. Anyway, so you get this girl, skinny, blonde, load her up with cigarettes, cocaine, bring her to this country, have her work for nothing, send a few bucks back home, and you own her. Then you kind of scare her. And you say something like, oh, listen, remember something. We got your passport. I could have you arrested in a heartbeat because I know what you're doing. They set her up, maybe a little blow, a little toot, something like that. I don't know. And what I told you, these Eastern Europeans are hardcore. Two people you want to meet, don't want to meet. Well, the first one is Totorina, the old mafia, Corleonesi, those people from another planet. American organized crime can't get near that. That's another story. And the other one is Eastern European post, but mothers and women who were tougher, because he had to be tougher because most of the men were gone. And I mean, it is a mindset. So all these folks came here, and it was, oh my God. They didn't know what trafficking was. What does that mean, trafficking? You can go anytime you want. They're just scared out of their mind, but be careful. Remember, we own you. And plus, you're making some money and you're doing it. So why would you want to do this? And others liked it. Sometimes you would go from some third world or some country where you're poor, and you're like, you're partying in New York. You're the hottest thing in it. You're a model. You're not a model. We don't have models anymore. You're a model. Christy Turlington, Linda Evangelista, Schiffer, Naomi Campbell. There's other ones. Cindy Crawford, and there was other ones. And then, you know when it changed? Then Kate Moss. That's what, heroin chic. Before that, Calvin Klein. Brooke Shields. Weird. Brooke Shields with that blue baby thing. Weird. Did you ever see that movie with Gary Oldman, The Professional, with with what's her name, Portman? Ooh, I don't like that. Ooh, I don't like that. How about the worst Woody Allen movie? Was it Manhattan with Mario Hemingway? Oh God, where she fell in love with him, and he. I mean, it in your movies it comes through. So you get these people with this. Remember, these are miserable people who want a child because of innocence. They want to destroy. They're powerful. They don't have to be embarrassed. Not with a child. They don't want a woman. They wouldn't know what to do with a woman. They wouldn't know what to do. This is a mindset, and then that compounds others. And there's other cultural stuff. You've got people, as we know, arranged marriages. It's weird. Weird. Remember the story about the camel races, camel jockeys, these little boys? Remember that one? And they finally got rid of them after a public international acclaim. They put like little robots or something on there. Then they use monkeys. And this showed it. The world is demented. Demented. And Epstein was like, and if Epstein stood up and said, let me tell you something. You know how many people came to me? I didn't go chase anybody down. I didn't chase anybody down. I had an absolute, well, look at this, 1995 and 2015, Trump's first VP pick, Oprah. What? Angela, are you hip in the cooking? Are you you going to the Robitussin? Are you doing shots of I don't know what that one was, but Oprah is, in my opinion, so evil. So she's made a deal with the devil, Lucifer, the Antichrist, you name it. What they did to her, they destroyed her as a young girl, destroyed her faith in men, destroyed her trust in men, destroyed. She says, I'm going to get you before you get me. Oh my God. How do these people become lighter? How do they blanch their skin and walk around saying, you're not black anymore? What does this say about you? How can somebody say, look, I know this is stupid. All right, I'm going to say it anyway. If you're going to wear a taupe, wear an orange one, where you look like the Wendy's character, like it's a wig, it's orange. Oh, okay, fine. But when people, like, all of a sudden Oprah has a ponytail like this, Oprah, am I supposed to believe? Seriously. Dear. And always pushing Gail. And let me tell you what else Oprah did that she had pissed these people off. You know who the last people I want to piss off in the world? You're not going to believe it. Not the Corleonese. British family. When she put on that Meghan, oh my God. Hey guys, the Air Force are looking for around like John Travolta and Pulp Fiction. The Air Force are looking around. Okay. I'm sure that was obvious. That's right. Hit that like button, damn it. Hit that like button. But Oprah, oh man. When she had on Meghan Markle, they are going to cut her balls up because Harry doesn't have any. Harry is just, oh man. You don't know. Wills is out for blood. And Kate's looking good. I thought Kate, remember that one time she had the AI picture where that wasn't her at all. I mean, it was weird. The plants weren't moving. You don't even have to be an expert with that one. Do not mess with those people because Wills is going to say, I'm going to bring this back. My father screwed it up and my uncle royally screwed it up and I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to give the impression that I'm toning it down, but I'm not. He's a monarchist. He's hardcore. And the people of England want that. They want that. They're proud of that. We may not get it, but they understand it. And Maggie, come on, you said they're racist? Oh, and CBS did it with Oprah. And who's in charge of CBS right now? Barry Weiss. Allison, you're next. You mean nothing to us, Oprah. Nothing. We created you. Where'd these billions come from? From what? From the Oprah Winfrey reruns? Her magazine, Oh, what did she do? Harpo Productions? Nothing. As we say in West Tampa, mi pinga. Nothing. Ni cojones. Nothing. Niente, nende, bupkis. Zip. They created her. Maybe through some Doge thing. Who knows? I mean, not Doge. USAID. I don't know. She was artificial. Where did she come? Where did they get these money from? Let me tell you something. Tucker Carlson said something good. He said, where did they get this money from? Where did they get these billions from? I know there are more and more billionaires, but where are they getting this from? Where? The economy is going like this, but somehow you're a billionaire? Okay. What do you have to show for it? Stuff? Really? If I didn't know better, I think somebody says, let me see your checking account, right? Ready? Log in. Okay, watch this. Now look at it. Hey, they're numbers. Why Eric is important to we're getting to the bottom of this. Where it's like do you ever look for something, you've misplaced something and you look for something, hey, guess what I found? My diploma, whatever. You find something. That's what this is. We're getting to the bottom of this. We're hitting levels that are so fascinating, it's not even funny. But all I got to do is make sure that we hit the right things. Let's don't, what am I trying to say? Let's don't create things out of nowhere. And let me tell you the people who are really going to be important. And let me explain something to you. All right, now listen to me. Listen to Grandpa here. Let me tell you about that. See, he don't know, and no piss out of a boot. Thank you, Grandpa. Appreciate it. Every now and then, somebody will say something stupid. Okay? Alex Jones says some pretty stupid things about Candace. Stupid. Adderall, psycho. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Don't toss him aside. Don't do that. No. Pay attention. He's very big. He was the OG, and he may say some stupid things. I'll tell you what, who says 99% of the stuff is just ridiculous, it's hateful, it's weird, is that Nick Fuentes. But that 1% that he says, spot on. Don't rule him out. He has an accent. He has an audience there. Don't remember. 1% is good. 99% is, I don't know what's about. Everybody's got something there. Tucker is floating around. He's like ready to land. Megyn Kelly, Mishkina, she has no idea what Megyn doesn't know what she wants to be. Am I Oprah? Am I pretty? Okay. She's good, but well, Candace, you know exactly what you're going to get. It's balls to the wall. That's it. So don't eliminate people, okay? If you want to find out what's going on in Iran, where do you go look? Cable news? No. Al Arabiya, Al Jazeera, RT, CCTV, go around the world. Go to BBC. See what they're saying. Triangulate. They cover things differently. Find out what's going on. Find out everybody's perspective. They know more about what's going on in this country than anything else. So there's so much stuff going on. But Erika Kirk, all she has to do is she's got to resign. And she's not going to resign. Let her talk more. Wait until they start pointing fingers. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Here's my question. Tonight's question: will Erika Kirk go to jail for fraud? Candace Owens' accusation. You know what her biggest worry is? Ann from Alabama says, I saw Erika in an eyes wide shut coven at this point. Well, I don't think she's even there yet. I think it's very simple. Here's what I'm thinking. By the way, Dan, thank you so much. This is important to understand something. The what they worry most about TPUSA, what they care more about TPUSA is a whistleblower. See, they pissed off a lot of people. We don't know the inner goings on. They stepped over somebody was promised something, somebody was in division. Maybe somebody just doesn't like what's going on. Maybe somebody at some other level has some thumb drive. Look what WikiLeaks did. Look at Snowden. Look at whatever the Manning or whatever. Take somebody with a thumb drive. That's it. Here you go. That's what they got to worry about. Now, let me ask you something. Why is somebody so upset? Somebody said, Dinesh D'Souza, good man, Dinesh. I've always liked him. Why does he have a hard on for Candace? Why? Why? What does he care about Candace Owens for? What does he care? What does he care about Charlie Kirk? Do you think Dinesh D'Souza gives a shit about TPUSA? Come on. What's it about? What's it about? Come on. Why would somebody say all these things about she's crazy, she's awful, she's this, she's that? What's your point? What do you care? What do you care? Look at this. Somebody writes here. Candace has made a fortune off Erika's suffering, her mental illness, and personality disorders. Let's talk about that. Do you think we're going after her because she's somebody who is what? She's just crazy? And we're just picking on crazy people? Is that what you think? Sending support and prayers for Scotland, UK. I'm an avid fan and up way too late to watch. We hope and pray that which Erika gets what she deserves. Now, why would you thank you? Why would you say that? Why question? Why do they care about Candace? What do I care about Candace? Because Candace is telling the truth. And they came after Candace. That's why I care. And Candace is getting to the bottom of a guy who was slaughtered like a dog, and nobody seems to care about him. That's what why don't you ask Dinesh D'Souza about that? And don't give me that bullshit about, well, they've already, but come on, stop it. Don't tell me that, well, they've already determined it's Tyler Robinson. Anybody care about Charlie? I do. Candace does. So all of a sudden, who came out of nowhere? Did we go after Erika? No, she came out of nowhere. This phony baloney, this absolute ersatz, this Potemkin Village Stepford lunatic who doesn't even have a personality. I think, whoa, wait a minute. Who's this? Remember, she wanted this. I go Jack Reacher on you. She wanted this. She came out of nowhere. I never heard of her. Every time we think, okay, that's it, we find out something else. Anybody who says that is not paying attention. She's a fraud. They went after President Trump because he had a bruise in his hand or his ankles were swollen. So apparently in this country, you can say whatever you want. This woman represents, there's a lot of young people who believe in something. San Diego here. My afternoon delight. San Diego, good place. Good place, San Diego. I was there not too long ago. It was right around the Presidio Park, and you got a great grocery store, Pavilions. I'm a grocery store fan. I love grocery stores. I'm crazy. Good place. La Jolla's beautiful. Wonderful. Anyway. Don't give me this stuff about, well, why are you upset about it? Because she's a fraud. You got a problem with that? She's a fraud. Think about those young people. Do you care about them people? I don't care about that. I just want to be a contrarian. Okay, be a contrarian. Well, so can I. Those poor bastards, those poor young people believed in something, and they believed in Charlie, and he could have really made things better. And they slaughtered him like a dog. And you don't seem to care about that? You don't care about that? You're worried about what? About Candace being mean? You can't mean what you're saying. And Dinesh does, come on, Dinesh. Seriously. Come on. Seriously. Come on. Tell me you tell me that you're worried about Candace Owens saying something. Come on. What's the story? What's the story? And by the way, anybody who says that looks like such a phony. Anybody who says, Candace Owens is a demon, say, Jesus Christ, you've been doing that it was September. Right, September the 10th. So there's 3. So it's like 6 months ago. And you're still saying that? That's the best you can do? Dinesh, tell me where she's wrong. Stop with this bullshit about, President Trump is a whatever racist. Well, show me why. Well, I can't show you why, but so you're just one of those people. And when I say something's wrong with Erika, I'm saying, here, let me show you. Where do you want me to start? I've only been talking about this. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. How about when people went crazy about Sarah Palin? Or people went crazy about Hillary Clinton? Or went crazy about Melania Trump? Or whatever it was. That's your right. Melania Trump's not running for anything. Why did they give her a hard time? She has more class in her dandruff. I don't know if she has dandruff, but the point is, than that witch, that Herodin, that Meretrix, that Jill Biden, that Dr. Jill, that phony baloney who basically ran a cabinet position. They let her run a cabinet. You didn't say anything about her. Did I say anything about her? No. But you're worried about Candace? Come on. What's the story? Who's putting you up to this? Why is it so important that we trash her? And these bastards, these idiots are so stupid that every time they do it, they make her more popular. Keep it up. Candace, I'll bet you anything Candace would say, that was me. Yeah, I did that. I did that. Candace Owens, had they ignored her, to be like, okay, we came because of that. She didn't even sound the alarm. She can handle her own. These people they're so out of their minds. It's this mean-spirited, like mean girl basement. Bunch of people sitting here with a white beater covered in Cheeto dust, tapping away a bunch of anonymous trolls. Come on. We're beyond that. We know what we're doing. Pick something. Somebody called it, bless his heart. Can we talk about oil? You want to talk about oil? What is the kiss of death? I'd rather talk about lint. Nobody gives a shit about that. I can tell you right now. I can tell you. Some people care about this. Let me also tell you about something. You're not going to like what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it. I'm not one of these right-wingers who waves the flag and everything's beautiful. But I got to tell you something. There's a lot of people who want the Trump to fail, American troops to fail, and they want there to be carnage and bloodshed in Iran. So they can say, see, I told you so. They're betting against the United States. Not because they hate the country, but they want to be right. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I saw it in Vietnam. They loved it. Everybody goes, see, casualties going up. All right, high fives. High five. We're in this weird group of people, okay? And there's a whole lot of people out there, and they're very mean. They're very mean. And I don't know about you, but nobody's ever found one thing Candace has said that's wrong. Do you remember this? Do you remember? Anybody? Did you? TPUSA is a cult. It's a cult that is just. Think about a cult. Here's one for you. To show you how much, you think you know something. Being from Florida, I know where Clearwater is, and I know how the Scientologists are. And I asked people in Clearwater, did Scientologists ever bother you? Nope. Scientologists in Washington, they have their headquarters. It's the most beautiful mansion you've ever seen. So one day my wife and I got invited to this, it was a Christmas party. Everybody in D.C. was there. I mean, everybody. It was the greatest Christmas party I have ever seen, like Currier and Ives. They had mulled wine. I don't know what the hell mulled, no, Martin Mull, but they had women in the costumes caroling. I mean, chocolate fountains. I mean, it was. Then they had awards for people who were champions of freedom of speech. Okay, here's my point. They keep calling them a cult. I don't know anybody's ever been forced into that. I know there's some people who've had some bad experiences, but we use that word cult all the time. I've known some people who, very frankly, some of them, it was weird. Remember, they don't do this so much anymore. People will say, I've accepted the Lord. And we go, oh, that's okay. But then the old days, like in the 80s, they were born again. Remember those ones? And some were like, what the hell is going on here? Not anymore. It's kind of, it's more radicalized. Sometimes I remember the old, there were some people in the Catholic Church were like Opus Dei folks. Ooh, this is serious. This is serious stuff here. But it's their right. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But there is a cult right now which is anti-American, and there's a cult right now which is really weird because they're so easily swayed. Do you know what murmuration is? Anybody know what a murmuration is? Anybody? Ready for this? Murmuration means you might have seen them remember when birds, like starlings, they just fly like this, and they never lose. These beautiful, as a kid, I just watched them. And it's called the rule of 7 because they fly like that to conserve energy, to confuse predators, and for warmth, by the way, because it's heat from the flapping of the wings, and the murmurs because of the sound it makes. But that's what they do on social media. And here they just follow these people, and they get into this thing where they just love to hate somebody. So somebody says, so anyway, I don't know anybody who's talking about Erika Kirk hating her just because of the way she looks or just because she married Charlie. It's what she's done. It's the fraud. It's the desecration of his spirit. It's the fact that she doesn't lift a finger to find out who killed her husband. It's just like, do you ever hear the Kennedys ever care about anybody who killed her? Now, Bobby Kennedy, to his credit, has at least said, I don't think Sirhan Sirhan was responsible for my father. He might have even mentioned Thane Eugene Caesar, but that's it. There's not like, hey, forget this red dye number 10. You better get to the bottom of this. He didn't kill my father. It's kind of like a tone down, but at least he said it. People don't say stuff. There's part of this movement. It's like, we don't talk about it. You don't talk about it? Why should I care about it? The guy you got to watch is Jack Schlossberg. You know who he is? Oh, my God. That's what I think. His brains, gone. Arrebatado. Gone. Crispy, deep fried. He's a nut. And he's running for Congress in Jerry Nadler's position. But he's a Schlossberg. Last year he never had one. He never worked an hour, like a whole year. He's got millions in trust. That's fine. I don't begrudge anybody. I'm not a communist. That's fine. But this is what they're throwing at us. These people are crazy. And he was the one who went after Bobby Kennedy for the vaccines. I wish Bobby would talk a little bit more about them and not red dye number 3 and lay off the push-ups, but that's me. Remember he was going to come in, Bobby Kennedy got, yeah, and the mRNA, myocardium, yeah. And then, Bobby, what happened? You want to talk about beef tallow? We went to Steak and Shake. What is this shit? What are you talking about? I like to have my French fries and beef tallow. Bobby, what happened? Where'd you go? Who are you? What are you, an imposter? You were the one. What about the kids? This and autism. They said Tylenol. Okay, sell out. Thank you. I thought we had him. I thought we had to go with Tylenol. Okay, all righty. It's gonna be one of those, isn't it? Look, that's why when Candace comes along, she's got a pair of balls, these brass balls that clink when she walks. It's like two brass bowling balls hitting the bang, bang. Surprised she could even move. I love that. And she's right. I don't like what they did to Charlie. Did I tell you what they did to Charlie? They killed him. I don't like what they did. I want to find out who did it. You want to join me? Everyone talking about with Dinesh D'Souza. And Dinesh is a good guy, but come on. He's playing it safe. 2,000 mules and all that. Whatever happened with him? Oh, nothing. Nothing. Everybody got all scared shitless about mentioning, well, I'm not saying some people went crazy with this Dominion stuff. They went nuts. And they're going to North Korea and the Venezuelans. It's like, wait a minute, you don't know that. But look, if you think, look, I still have my 2020. If you think that was legit, now I don't know how that was done. I don't know who's responsible, but come on, man. What are we, stupid? Absolutely not. Oh, look at this. Can we read it? This pathetic grift by Candace and others needs to stop. It's an effing complete joke, and it's only hurting the right, which seems to be by design. And many are falling for it. Okay, my friend, bomb chaser, tell me what she says is wrong. We're all ears. Talk about the pathetic grift. Go ahead. You have the floor. We're waiting. Anybody else? Anybody else want to talk about the grift? Anybody? Anthony Cumia says he's leaving the Republican Party. I never joined. I don't know what you're leaving. Cumia's a good guy. Good man. Remember, we talked about, I said, Anthony, I think they're spraying some geoengineering. He thought that was crazy. He's come around. By the way, 1,000 likes. We need to come on now. Come on. I need 1,000. Come on, please. Would you do it? I need to get those 1,000 likes. I don't know why, but I've got my friends here. Come on, tell me about the grift. Come on. What's Candace said that's wrong? Come on. Come on. We're waiting. I like Liggy lights. Liggy light. Well, I like that. Liggy light sounds like something you buy like Spanx. You know what I mean? I don't go outside without my Liggy lights, especially when you get older and things hang. I use my Liggy lights. Come on, let's go. Oh, how about Erika? Oh, Erika's. Oh my God! Look at this. Nothing. 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 They have no idea. They have no idea. They say, "Oh, I'm willing." Where'd he go? Come on, bombardier, bomber. What did she say that's wrong? Erika, listen, if there's one thing about Candace, Candace, please, for the love of God, and this form, the FEN 1094-2. Now, the LLC was changed. This is like the most detailed. She's too specific. She's too specific. Look at this. Candace needs to check herself into a mental health facility. Okay. Why? 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 I want to call her up. Candace? Yeah. Oh, I saw the 80 Fleet memes. I did. Thank you for that. Hey, Candace? Yeah. Hello, Candace? It's your grandpa calling. Hey, Candace, are you crazy? Are you batshit crazy? Come on, tell me now. You batshit crazy? No, I didn't think so. Thank you. Appreciate it. Click. What? Tell me something she said that's wrong. She puts, every time she does something, she says, and here's Erika acting weird. And they show, play the tape. See? And you think, I just saw that. Did I not see that? Did I not see that? Here's Erika stabbing a clown. You know, whatever. She's got some, just imagine. There it is. Did I not see that? Is it fake? Is it? Get off of X because it's very evil. X is great. We need people in X. We got to pull people in. Don't do that. Come on, X. Come on in. Elon did a lot. X is fun now. X is fun. With that Dorsey, remember Fred Ziffel with that, hey, Andrew, hey, Arnold. Remember that Dorsey? What was his problem? You had the thing with a Doris Ziffel. You wouldn't know that. Green Acres. It's before your time. Best show ever. Candace is honest and brave. Look at this. I like this. You killing me. This is somebody named Smoochy 7267. Does that mean there were other Smoochy that did you pick 72, or is there something with that number? There were other Smoochy? Hi, hang on. I'd love to hear Grandpa act like Paula White. Oh, wow. Is that the evangelical? Ooh. Oh, here we go. Hi, guys. Hi, friends. Hi. It's me, Eric. Charlie was murdered 6 days ago. Ugh. Like my hair? Ooh. Extensions didn't come in. I felt like slumming it. How's everybody? Yeah. Here's my rings. Ding, ding, ding. 500,000. How much are you making? What'd you work this week? 90,000? Suckers. 90 hours? How about you go those merch sales, huh? Huh? Good. Hey, guys. Huh? Anybody see Dan Bongina? Anybody see him? Remember that? Remember him? Gone. Candace is the goat with cloven hooves. Come on. Stop it. You've got to tell me something. You don't understand something. You know who these people are? They're brutal. This is the conspiratorium. All right. You can't do this. Look at this. Well, here's one for you. Egyptian planes and Mitch Snow have not been verified, but also from that, you have to respect her courage. Mitch Snow, how about Mitch Snow's, remember his son? Hey, your dad's crazy. He sure is. Where'd he call you from? Oh, from Fort Huachuca. Brasileira Mia says, from day one, I knew it. Candace may get the same treatment they are giving Tucker now. Can't criticize. We are living in odd times. Well, listen, can I say something? Of course, I love to say something. What are they going to do to Tucker? Tucker's bigger than ever. Did you see Tucker with that Prégine, the Miss California, whatever it is? She makes a hell of a point. She makes a great point. Let her talk. Let her talk. She was kicked off of that thing because of what her views on Zionism. Let her talk. What's wrong with that? What is she wrong? Let her talk. See, I live in a world where I want to hear your opinion. Say it. Just have some proof. Oh, Candace is crazy. Well, why? I don't know. They give me my money to say that, so they never told me why she's crazy. Well, pretend. Make something up. Give me an idea of why she's crazy. Why is she crazy? What has she done? Look, I love these people. You don't understand. If everybody sat around and said, well, it goes like something like this. Somebody says, hey, I want to join this here social media thing here. I don't know what the hell to do. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. This is Idle Threat. I think it's see if I read things. Idle Heart. Anyway, thank you. So I want to join this here YouTube thing. What do I do? Well, here's what you do. You go on up there. You don't have to know shit now. What you do is you go into a group of people who love Candace and just say Candace is crazy. But don't I have to have a reason why? No, hell no. Just say she's crazy. Be a dick. Be a dick. A dick. Just some dick. Nasty asshole. Just be mean and nasty. That's all you got to do, and they'll love you for it. Watch. Go ahead and do it. I can't do that. Sure you can. Write it down. Write it footful. Candace is out of her mind. Go ahead. Sign Ben Shapiro. I go. Oh, he's got a future. He's don't he? Oh. Here's something you don't hear too often. I love Ben Shapiro. I love him. I never miss anything he says. Oh my God. Seriously. Have you ever heard anybody say that Ben Shapiro is something else? Son of a gun. He is so damn good. I love him. And entertaining and funny. Oh, man. Funniest damn thing you ever saw. I love him. And you know what? He's nice. I feel good about him. He makes me feel nice. He's positive. He does. He's got them old caterpillar eyebrows. You ever see that guy? He's something. Talks real fast, too. I think they speed it up. You know why I think they speed it up? Because he talks bullshit. But if it sounds fast, you don't. If you slow it down, it sounds like you don't know what the hell you're talking about. But he speed it up like that. See, that's what he does. They bring these people on there. That's damn fools. Dan Banjana. Did you see that guy? This guy was on. He was assistant director of the FBI. 9 months. Didn't do shit. Didn't take his stuff out of his box. Didn't even have it. Just said, I've had enough. I'm getting out of here. Cries a lot. He cries. He's nuts. Then there's poor old Cash. Have you seen Cash? Oh, bless his heart. Have you seen old Cash? Oh, my God. He's kind of toning it down a little bit. Kind of toning it down. They're all doing push-ups. Oh, Heggs is doing push-ups. Bobby Kennedy do push-ups. Pam Bondi, she's in I don't know what, she's in a military base or something. I don't know what the hell happened to her. Nobody, and what's his name's out of there. I just don't know who's who. I really don't know. And Bobby Kennedy, he's talking about potato chips or something. I don't know what happened to him. He was so damn good. This guy was the smartest son of a bitch you ever saw in your life. Next thing you know, all he's talking about is like, did you know beef jerky is bad for you? All right, Bobby. No, he'll tell you that. He'll tell you something. You better stay away from them Slim Jims. You know, you walk into one of them, gas stations in the South. They got the Slim Jims. They got those big old eggs. You ever seen them eggs in that pink water? Looks like some right to life thing. Don't tell me this isn't a human being. They got these big old eggs, purple eggs, and they got Slim Jims. You ever see that Slim Jims? You ever see one of them 7-Elevens? You got that big old wiener that goes up and down like that. It goes up and then it comes back down. It's got about a 6-inch coating of fuzz on it. Don't eat that. I'm Bobby Kennedy Jr. Don't eat that. I'm Bobby. I put stuff about. I tell you about time I put that blue shit in there. Funniest thing you ever heard. I put some blue water, some food color, and all of a sudden I knew that. Look, so I dropped some in my water. I took it. I went, what is this? Methylene blue. I bought a shitload of that first the night before because I knew it'd be good. What's it do for you? What's it do for you? Works on your, what you call that? Oh, your mitochondria. That's right, boy. You can tell too. And when the flatulence builds up, that's a sign it's working because all that methane gets out. You got to let that methane out. CH4. That's the devil. You know that sulfur talk that they talk about that? You ever hear that? You heard about that? Remember when who was it? Who was it? That guy said that Bush smelled like sulfur. Well, that's what it is. That's the smell of the devil. Praise God. And if you send $14.95, I'll send you my green methylene green. Get rid of the devil's sulfur. That's right, my friends. Get rid of the devil's sulfur. Praise God. I don't know what's happening here. I swear to God. I like this. All this is very good. All this, you need to use discernment. I don't know what that is. What does that mean? Some of these are so good. Oh, here we go. I think Erika is a fake, a psychopath, and, in my opinion, possibly part of it, but she still doesn't owe anyone an explanation. Not doing so will destroy her reputation, but she doesn't owe us anything. I think she's a fake. Well, Christopher, tell me, my friend, again, for the 75th time, what is she fake about? Come on, Tiger, tell me. Well, I think you're wrong. Why? You're just wrong. Well, why? Spelling bees. Chrysanthemum. No. Well, how do you spell it? Well, not the way you spelled it. Okay, well, how do you spell it? You're crazy. If you think that's the way to spell it, okay, how do you spell it? I don't have to tell you how to spell it. I'm just telling you you're wrong. And by the way, this is good too. I'm going to write one. I think that Candace Owens, has all of the criteria of dare I say, some types of borderline schizoaffective disorder. She's a prevaricator and exhibits multifarious mendacity. Why? Beats the hell out of me. I don't have to tell you anything. But in my opinion, she has no, wait. You say she's crazy. I know I said she's crazy, but she has the right. I know she has the right. Please, can we have Kash Patel imitate? No, that hurts. That hurts. Would you like this? I'm getting laid. It's poor Kash. Kash said, remember how tough they were about Epstein? Remember that? We're gotta get to the bottom of Epstein. I mean, he was great. He was terrific. Remember, how about Kash at the what was it, the Olympics? Oh, Jesus God. Who is this? Then he said, oh, he committed suicide. Oh, he did. Really? Oh, yeah. You sure about that? Yeah. Are you sure about that? Yeah. Did you read Boden's report? No. I don't want to read it. Where's my girlfriend? Is she here? She's a country music singer. We've had it, my friends. Look at this. Who is she? This is good. She received multi-millions of dollars from, I think you're talking about Erika. Yes. She's not saying anything, though. I wish somebody would say something to the effect of, there we go, Christopher's got a good sense of humor. That's right, buddy. There you go. You're welcome here. By the way, you're welcome here. I like you. I like the fact that you say that. That's good. It works well for us because people love that. We're going to get you on. Maybe we'll get somebody like, remember those, do you ever watch these terrible debates? Oh, God. Did you ever watch Piers Morgan? People that they hate each other. We're going to have, of course, Anna Kasparian, Junk Yogurt, and Destiny. It's like, why are you doing this? Now, what I would do is I get people who hate each other, hate them. This is what I do. And I put them in the same room, like next to each other. right next to each other. I mean, where they're sitting like this. And then right before we go on or whatever, I push them so that one will kind of slam into the other and they'll start fighting. Oh, somebody said Dave Smith debates. Dave Smith is very good, but he said the same thing over. I know it. I mean, I know it. I like when somebody says, well, here's what's going on now. Here's what's going on now. This is good. But we know this. It's the same. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not even, look, God bless people. You keep doing whatever you want. But don't be fooled by this lunacy. Okay? I think what's going to happen is there's going to be some kind of lawsuit with Erika, some kind of a whistleblower, something seemingly inane, and somebody will subpoena her and see what happens. Gentian violent revolutionary. Yes, that's very good. Ethylene blue. Oh, look at this. Here we go. Huh? You want to be say why Erika's fake. Huh? You want to be say why Erika's fake? You want to be say why this fake this one to her? Huh? You want to fake to be safe for the fake? Listen, Tiger, take it easy. This isn't for you. Now listen, I like your style, but this isn't for you. Try something that's easier, like, I don't know, maybe refereeing a little league game. That might be fun. But this is not your this is not your fort. Oh, I know. Did you hear the recording of Erika on the phone yet? Oh, come on. We just did this. Jamie, I don't believe that is Erika. I don't believe that. Now, let me read this. And by the way, I appreciate that. But let's be very careful. We don't know it. Let me read this again. I got this for you. The recording. This is what they are saying. Now, whether it's true or not, so that you know the opposite. The recording is purportedly not of Erika recruiting anyone. It is a controlled police directed phone call from the 2005 Palm Beach Police Department investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. The call was placed by, here's a name, I'll let you read, a known Epstein recruiter, while detectives recorded the conversation. The girl on the line, identified in reports as, and there is a 2-letter code, was cooperating with investigators and attempting to get somebody to incriminate themselves. The call was part of a documented law enforcement tactic used during the early stages of the Epstein. So it seems like that is not her, that it was from then. And I heard this one guy said, I don't know about you, but that's her. I swear to God. Listen, Sparky, take it easy. You know, he just wants his 100,000 plaque, you know, and I don't think, you know, I would not be surprised. If I had to guess, I'll bet you anything she might have known somebody who knew somebody. She was in the pageant, in the modeling and all that. You know, these were big money people. You know, Epstein and Wexler and others, what's his name? Bernal Bushnell, whatever, the guy who himself in France, they were all kind of they may have known each other, but I don't think that's her realm. I don't think that's her realm at all. I think she was basically a con artist and a grifter before. We already went through this from her. How about this? I know you don't care about this, but I don't date people because you have to go out in the drinks. And if you have the drinks, the next thing you know, it gets, you do the dirty, and I don't want to do the dirty, so I'll do the drinks. Okay, fine. Next thing you know, she's throwing them back. Hey, Baba Reba, she's pouring these things up. Then she says, I don't date. I wasn't much of a dater. Boy number one, I don't know if she has fiancés, but she's, come on, stop it. So she's lying about something which nobody cared about. Nobody would hold her. I mean, nobody would make a big deal out of it except when she made a big deal out of it herself. It's unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, Amber Nelson said, off topic, but on the shelf behind you, is that Liza Minnelli's head or Kris Jenner's? Not sure which is scarier. LOL, love you. Love you as well. This is Dracula. I got this at a Michael's. This is Ashland Halloween Moonlight Melon. It's a planter. And I love this. And one woman said, take it down. It's it's scary or something. It's like, take it down. It's not real. It's just Dracula. I never got into Dracula. I think there's a new one. There's a new Dracula out or something, but I don't know. Anyway, but I thank you for that. That's amazing. I like that off topic. Love off topics. Love off topics are the way to go. We went to I wonder what that head is. Well, there you go. Let me see something. So here's what we're going to do next. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what we do, where this thing goes. It's now, remember this, because Christine, forget her name, Feket, F-E-K-E-T. I know I'm not pronouncing it right. But let me tell you something. What's really interesting to know, really interesting, about, maybe 10 years ago, at least 10 years ago, 8 years ago. When we were saying things about the world, people said, you're out of your mind. You were out of your mind. People said that the whole Pizzagate thing was a joke. There was nothing to this. This ridiculous. You're making this up. And then, the Epstein files. And then all of a sudden, people said, wait a minute. Those emails, right? Those are talking about something which is not pizza, right? And so there's something to that, right? Yeah. So where's our apology? Remember years ago, people said there's a lot of bad people in the world, a lot of these PDF filers out there doing terrible things to children all over the world. Remember that? You're crazy. You're nuts. What are you talking about? You're nuts. You've been pulled or lured or fooled or whatever it is, right? And look now. Is that apology coming anywhere? Remember this? We haven't talked this much about this ever. It's everywhere. Everywhere. And then all of a sudden it's like one door opens up another door and another door. And there are people who are sitting back and all they are is they're just recalcitrant. They're intransigent. They just hate everybody. They don't care about truth, kids, nothing. Do you understand? Says Lionel, I'm pretty sure she traffics, so it's not out of the realm. But thanks for setting me straight regarding the skinny on that Fugazi. Yes. Well, you know what? It's not Fugazi. But there's one guy who, listen, let me just say this again. You could say what you want about Erika. I'm not seeing anything as far as trafficking. No, nothing. I'm not saying it's not there, but what we've talked about is her behavior, what she's done, what she's told, how she, oh, look at this. Thank you so much. There's Kirsten Marshall. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Oh, I like those little sometimes you get this thing like 150 million Kluger. What's that? It's a denomination of money from an island somewhere. What is it? A Kluger. How do you spell that? Just like it sounds. Anywho, I don't have any information on that. I don't. I mean, I've been listening very, very carefully. There might be something about her financial stuff. TPUSA be shady. She might be, weird about that. Unless I'm missing the point there. The allegations have not been anything about her in some kind of an international realm or whatever it is. There was some weird stuff about some inappropriate, perhaps. I don't know if they were authenticated. I think they were, but these text messages, but that's not it. No. Now. We need to learn more about the Romanian orphanage. Not just her, but just in general. Whenever you hear orphanage, you better pay attention. Whenever you hear Sean Penn, whenever you hear Oprah Winfrey, whenever you talk about orphanages, girls' schools, modeling agencies, any place in third world, anything remotely involving girls or children, pay attention. I'm not saying it's happening. Pay attention. Pay very, very close attention as to what that means. It's very, very critical because that's where it happens. Let me ask you something. If you wanted to look and see where predators were for children, where would you go? Little League? teachers, any place, where the boys are, the girl, that's where you would go. Doesn't mean everybody there is doing that, but that's where I would go. That's where I would look. It makes complete and total sense. And when you have somebody who says, orphanage, oh, orphanage, oh, that's great. Oh, anything wrong with the orphanage? No, but oh, orphanage. Okay. You see how that works? You see how that works? Let me give you a little bit of advice here on a separate notion. And this is critical. Never, ever, ever deny your gut feeling. When something doesn't seem right to you, for whatever reason, you don't buy the way they say it, they're not looking you in the eye, there's something weird about the story, just like if you talk to a kid or you talk to somebody who's trying to sell you something, there are alarm bells that go off. When people tell the truth, remember, the next time somebody tells you a story, something that happened, ask yourself, do you believe that happened? You say, yeah, I do. Why? I just do. Why in particular? Well, look for specifics in the story, the certitude. Look at the way they look in your eye. They tell you something. You can hear it in their voice. You can see it in their expression. You can see their countenance. You can see it in so many things. You can really, really see it. And you know it. You know it to be true. But you can't really explain it. So when somebody gives you a story and they say, you know what, I'm not buying it, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. And that's why you have to always go by that. Next, and I say this all the time, and I know I'm like a broken record, you only take flack when you're over the target. Nobody cares what you're saying if it's not true. They just don't. You can say things about Elvis being alive or whatever. It doesn't matter. And that's why there's a story tonight about how the president and the FCC might be considering perhaps withholding licenses because they haven't spoken the truth regarding Iran. That's very dangerous because, like I said, I don't know what the difference is between a lie and just getting something wrong. But either way, I don't necessarily want the government editing and penalizing people for being stupid. Now, I've said this to the point where I know nobody is paying attention, but it's true. You don't have to ask for permission to not believe something. You don't have to ask anybody for anything. You just know in your heart of hearts. Now, let me ask you something. Who is the counter? Answer my question. Speaking of Candace, she doesn't need my help. Who's the counter to Candace? Who is her nemesis? Who? Other than Erika. Erika doesn't even count because Erika's not that bright. That's I feel sorry for her. She's a little destaruda to herself. But anyway, can you? Look at this. I think we have something here. I knew Erika was off when she hugged DJT during the memorial. No way my wife is hugging anyone that way except her father and sons. I think Christopher's coming around. Christopher, I think that was very odd. Very, very strange. Very, very strange. That shit show. Thank you. I think you're onto something about that. You see, there's a very, very, very... Let me ask you this. If you sat her down on a kind of an analysis, like psychoanalysis, said, tell me who Erika is. Who is Erika? It's almost like, I think I told you this before, Sybil, Three Faces of Eve, people with multiple personality disorders. It happens every now and then, but it's pretty much rare. But if you said, I want to talk right now to Toby, that rapscallion, that cowpoke, male hustler, and then want to talk to Guanzi, the 12-year-old, whatever. If I said, Erika, I want to talk to the to the Erika from the sizzle reel when you were trying to get the job and you were sexy Erika. And you were laughing about the cleavage. Remember that in Sex Cells? Remember that one? I want to talk to that one. Yeah. Erika, can I talk to the woman who did the CIA piece? The CIA what was it? Oh, it was an industrial for EMPs, electromagnetic pulses. Remember that one? Can I talk to that one? Eastern European women make you go broke. Not all of them, but some can. Absolutely. It's a trade craft. Erika, can I talk to the sizzle reel? Remember when Erika went to this thing when she was talking about can I talk to the pageant Erika? That's still my favorite. I was walking on with my mom, Lori. She's married about 25 times. And single mom, though my father was with me the whole time. I don't know. Her story, none of it's correct. None of it. None of it. She tells you it's Tuesday, it's Thursday. Anyway. So they came up to me and they said, Erika, what is it? Hey, listen, would you do us a favor? Do us a solid? Sure, what is it? What is it, babe? Can you be Miss Arkansas? What? I mean, Miss Arizona? What? Well, little old me? Come on. Because you're beautiful. Oh, come on. Really? How beautiful. Oh, you're gorgeous. Tell me more. Tell me more. I don't. Do you think Erika is a result of MK Ultra? No. I hate to tell you this. She's not a Manchurian candidate. She's just stupid and a liar. She's just a vacuous kind of shit stirrer and a bullshit artist. I hate to say it. She's like a dime a dozen. Because anybody else would say, you're blowing your cover. You're blowing your cover. You can't keep doing this. You can't. You got to wait. They see through you. I don't care. Then all of a sudden she goes, wait a minute, Charlie Kirk, Charlie. How did you meet him? Remember this one? I went and we had, we had burgers and this story's, what? They said, I can't let you work for me. I want to date you. And you know, and I know. Charlie was not the most experienced. Let's face it. I'll bet you she said, I'm going to show you a few things, Charlie. Right? I'm going to show you a few things. Yeah, I'm going to show you something. Yeah. I'm going to rock your world, my friend. Up Periscope. The shit show says, you are so lawyered. You're so talented. I want you as a lawyer 100%. Oh, you're very nice. It's the truth that makes us talented. But remember her story. I bet you she rocked his world. Said, I'm going to show you the Cleveland Steamer. What? Where'd you see this? Oh my God. How you like that, Charlie? Wakes up the next morning. There you go. You want more of that? Yeah. I'm the one. Oh yeah. I know how to do it. I'll show you the Wahito hold. You're not going to believe it. Turn your head and cough, brother. When you hit the bridge wave, wear a long coat. Nobody will notice. Turn your head and cough. Here we go. High hard one. Yeah. Headboard coma. Let me tell you something. I'll bet you she rocked his world. She did stuff involving utensils, tongs, and small farm animals. He didn't know what hit him. And he said, this is great because she knows. She knows what's going on. Look at this. I am on the phone with my wife. I have been watching Lionel for, 10 years now. Ever since he sang 20 pounds of AG poop on the air with his guitar. Well, but why are you on the phone with your wife? In any event, thank you. I appreciate that. Now, he came along and she said, oh, this is great. And she says, Erika, you got to work on your routine. What is it? Well, you know, some people used to, trust your gut. Trust your gut and listen to your inner self. Kudos. Absolutely. Listen to yourself. Do you ever see people like, they would do free throws? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Da, 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 da. They do this routine. You know, and in Broadway, when you've got to do this, you got to do 8 shows a week. Matinees too. You got to do your thing. You got to do this crying scene. You got to set yourself up. You go like that. So she said, all right, what do we got? Got the tissues? Yeah, okay, hang on a minute. What's this? It's mentholatum. Put this on here. Ooh, smell this. Ooh, yeah, makes you tear. Put them on there. There you go, run around. I'm just saying. I got no proof of this. I'm just saying. Yeah, okay, like that. Good. Hey, ooh, man, that is. Ooh, that'll set you free. And then Charlie, I realized, no, Charlie, no, Charlie. And then you got to whisper, and I'm not going to let you do that. What was that? It's the whisper. I do the whisper in the middle part. Like that, this, like that. Charlie, no, Charlie. She says, I'm going to look up like that. That means something, right? No. What do you say? Are you channeling him? Are you just a seance? What are you doing? I don't know. It's worth a shot. And then after she's done with this, she does the whispering. And I told you this. She never blows her nose. She never blows her nose. When you cry, you blow your nose. That's what the handkerchief's for. Your tears, yeah, but sometimes one will do it. And she keeps talking. She never has a quiver in her voice. She can never stop. You know, both people go, oh God, oh shit, I went, no, I'm fine. No, okay, oh God, I got, you know, I just, excuse me. Never. She keeps going. She goes like this, and she does like that. And the best, remember the State of the Union, when the poor woman who's really showing grief, the mother of the woman of the Ukrainian national who was stabbed by that savage hominid, remember that? Stabbed him. That poor girl. And nobody even talks about her. She was next to her. Somebody, whoever put them together. And Erika says, who's this? Erika, what is it? You're whispering. I know what's in there. That's a victim. What? Watch her. What do you mean? Her heart's broken. This is what a heartbroken person looks like. What do you mean? Watch what she does. She doesn't dab her eyes. It comes naturally. She doesn't look up and whisper. You see that vacant, empty soul of hers, crushed, disgorged by this horror? Yeah, that's what you want. Huh. Remember that? And there she was like this. Would you lose this? What is this? It's like it's 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then middle of the clock. I don't know what this is. She's looking up here somewhere. It's the same crap all the time. Then she comes out with sparklers. She guys say, hi, how are you? I'm Erika Kirk, yeah. Victim? I like your stuff, yeah. Let me ask you something. What did you ever wear gold lame? Did you ever have a party, but an event when your daughter was? Did you ever have sparklers? You don't have the sparklers? Really? Yeah. I noticed you don't use any Kleenex or anything. How come that is? You don't you want to borrow some of this? Oh, you don't need it. Oh. Do you have a tape or something I can watch? I kind of learn from you, because I don't know where she when she starts doing the crying, nobody, no. It's plus the message is it's just so stupid. It's so stupid. Where you try to follow her, and I realized that I was called to be the rock. And that the rock is not going to become the pebble. Notice I'm not crying. The rock is not going to be the pebble, because no matter how much you shatter the rock, it's still a rock. It was a big rock, but now it's a small rock. And there comes a point where you can't shatter the pebble anymore, because it still maintains its identity as a rock. And I'm a rock. It might be a pebble, it might be a shard. Who gives a shard? But the point is, I'm a rock and I'm a pebble, and I'm shattered. And into the glory of the and then she'll quote, and then she'll say, oh yeah, and the Lord. And people who were, biblical scholars said, did you follow that? No, I didn't either. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know what she just throws in the gratuitous. And that's why I asked the pastor. Look at this. This is from Just Say Julie. Hey, Lionel, you're the best. Love your impersonations, especially Erika and Cash. Oh, and Lori Franz. You know what's funny? Thank you. My impressions, I sound nothing like them. I was doing the other day Erika as a Swede. I have no idea, but he gets the point across. It's just they're not even imitations, but I capture the level of bullshit, which is really what this is. It's to say, I don't. Did you ever think Charlie was full of shit? I never did. He believed it. I'm not saying that he was delusional. I believe it. I mean, he meant what he said, and what he said was, I never thought that for a moment. And Charlie said, I think women should be able to stay home with their kids. And Erika said this, yeah, what? What did you say? Oh, yeah. Stay home. Erika, who are your two kids? Oh, shit. That's Jojo. No, Gigi. Jojo? Just Gigi. You know, give me a moment. There's a girl. Got that one right. And the boy. And I took my kids to meet to find out where their daddy worked. He didn't work there. Even Candace said, no, he worked at the other building. Well, whatever. And remember she said, and I wanted to meet the people that took care of them. You wanted to meet the people that took, where's Charlie's parents? And did he have a funeral? What's going on here? How about the time she lay on top of him in the casket? Did you get the side? Did you get the hand? Did you get the hand? Yeah, hang on. Should I move this? Hang on a minute. Get the hand. Get the hand. You got that? Okay. Hang on a minute. Just a minute. Hang on a minute. Ooh. Whew. Okay. There we go. Look up. Look down. Okay. Got it? Gotcha. All right. Get him out of here. I'm out of here. I'm going to blow this pop joint. Let's go. We got work to do. We got some merch to sell. Let's go, go, go. That one. Got to do that. Remember that poor girl who showed up? I think she, and then Candace is getting, whoever's feeding Candace and her team. Oh, how about the girl who was fired? Somebody said, I talked to somebody from an Uber who claims to have picked up the what? Huh? This will all end when we start to recognize one another as a human family. That's on the rise now. Let me tell you something. I'm not sure what that means, but I will tell you I agree with you 100%. If ever you doubted, I don't care what you believe in, and whatever your faith is fine, but if ever you believed in a reinstitution, a recommitment to, as you say, kind of like familial, how do I say this? Kind of a collective spirit of human connection, it's now. Big time. And if ever you doubted that kids are not, if you thought for a minute the kids were not being targeted, that's why, by the way, I appreciate this. You have been so kind in following my wife. Lynn's Warriors on YouTube. I ask you to do that. She has been screaming for the longest time with organizations and people you haven't met. She has marched with whistleblowers from big tech, because big tech is where kids are being, that's where this is really coming. And they're not lifting a finger. She's met and knows parents whose kids were hurt and harmed and self-harmed online. One kid, they didn't overdose. They were poisoned. One kid got into this weird choking challenge. One guy was a subway surfer. These are kids who just fell into this, and they knew what was going on. And Lynn's Warriors on YouTube fought this and still fights. And there's a big lawsuit. Dealt with those families. They stand there with pictures of their kids. Wonderful kids, great kids, honor roll. And they just fell into this, or they were the subject of sextortion. Or one particular kid said, take my son's picture down. And they didn't. That's where it's at. That's the problem. So I could talk about this, and this is great. But what she's doing is holy. So follow her at Lynn's Warriors on YouTube. I'm telling you, they demonetize over nothing. She'll put something up about Zorro Ranch that everybody's of her. They go, nope. She says nothing that's even remotely controversial. It's in the news. Nope, sorry. She whispers that idiot's name, Epstein. They've got it in for her. But she's not stopping because she's got to get the word out. I'm telling you, it's like you have no idea how hard it is. And if you have kids, grandkids, oh man, you got to sit down with them. This is brutal. This is brutal. So anyway, thank you for following Lynn's Warriors. I appreciate that. Oh, look at this. Carla, our good friend, says, did everyone have a nice pie day? Or did it just go on irrationally long? Cutting carbs here. Oh, I love that. By the way, the carbs are not the problem. I don't want to get into that one. Here's Denise. Denise is a new member. Bless your heart, Denise. Thank you. I have, Don't ever talk about diets. People will go bananas with that stuff. I wanted to give you this right now if I could. Could you would. Bright mind or any Nick Drake fans here? I hope so. He's still a genius. I listen to him every single day to get my bearings. This is her link, by the way. This is Lynn's Warriors. Please honor her. I love her. She's my life. She's the best thing. I'm not worthy of her. Not worthy of her. All right, my friends. Thank you. Thank you for this. Isn't that fun? Also, special hi to all our ex-friends. That's good. Learn how to do this. Make a kid happy. There is nothing funnier. I know, but in an elevator, you have no idea. Dentist's office, when they put that apron on you. Oh, sorry about that. Must be all these lights. Whoa, little burrito reflux there. We need to stop these ether rooms. Ether rooms? Wow. We got to get to that one. Anyway, my friends, wouldn't it be great if we had a comedy tour? Like Jimmy Dore, he comes in, and if I could just have just one venue where everybody kind of go in, and I just want to have Cash Patel, and I want to do me just reading, hey guy, Lionel, you're not everyone's grandpa. I love that. You know who said that? My girl Candace. She said that. She said, you remind me of my grandpa. I love that. I love that. I got these friends of mine, they're so stupid. They go, Grandpa, hey, don't you should take offense to that. I go, what? Take offense? Grandpas are the greatest people in the world. Nanos, nono, all they have these great paw. They're like the best. And the kids love them. It's like parents, like fathers, like skip a grade. You know, they go like this, and then they go here, and then they're grandpas. And they're just like the best. Remember the Judds, Grandpa? Tell me about the good old days. This is the most important thing in the world. It's the greatest. I'll tell you what, it's the greatest thing in the world. I want to say one more thing about the government. But somebody said this. Nobody wants anybody to have any kind of limitations or any kind of free speech limitations on internet, YouTube, whatever it is. Nobody. But let me tell you something what happened. Anybody of you get bounced off of Facebook if you mention ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine, or you said anything about Trump, or said anything about being an election denier? Remember that? You'd be bounced off in a minute. In the old days, if you mentioned 9/11, they had all kinds of ways to figure out if you were going to say that. They had all kinds of ways. It was the damnedest thing in the world. They knew exactly what you were saying. But when it comes to some kid and somebody saying, oh, look at this. Liberty Bell, look at this. Gifted 10 memberships. Thank you so much. Is that beautiful or what? Thank you. They got you like that. There was a case, I think it was under Dorsey, a kid who was sextortion. They had this picture up there, and they said, listen, you got a picture of my son. Here he is. Here's his name. We didn't just take it down. Take it down. That's all. Nothing. But if you mention Trump, if you mention, oh my God, did you say something about Dominion? Wait a minute. Who's running the show here? I think, look at this. I was kicked. Look at this. Here we go. I was kicked to the Facebook for writing punk rockers for MAGA. I know. Remember the time on Facebook? Remember they took that poor kid, they kidnapped him, and they did a live feed of a kidnapping? They couldn't find that? But if you whisper something about, they go through every word, everything you say. That's the hypocrisy we're talking about. And one more time, if you're against it, if you want to put that same amount of firepower, follow her right now. That's her link. I'm dead serious about this. Nobody, I told you, I started off the bat. I don't want anybody limited from free speech. But kids, no. You're not going to sell liquor to kids. You're not going to give drugs to kids. You're not going to have, there's got to be age verification. This is not meant for kids. Kids are kids. Little girls, little boys should enjoy free childhood. Little things. They're going to be contaminated left and right. They don't understand this stuff. They don't understand, how do we say this? They don't understand sex. They don't understand this. I got to tell you, we had Incident one time, little kid in the family said, "Does sex hurt?" And we thought, what's I could come up with a pun here or some joke. I said, no. Why do you ask? He said, well, I saw this thing and this woman was like, ooh, ah. And he mistook ecstasy or rapture for pain. How do you expect kids to understand this? They don't understand it. Did you know that young men, oh, we got to work on men. Fathers, men, we got to work on these kids. You got to sit down and say, sit down. I got to talk to you. And we got to talk about this stuff, okay? Little boys have to be taught how to be gentlemen. I know parents don't want to do this, but do you know that these young men are watching some violent, the porn that is today is nothing like we used to have in the old days. Nothing. When I grew up, they had Playboy. It was nothing. Girls are being choked and slapped and hit. And the boys, they don't know. They want to go, is this lovemaking? When you start playing with carotid restraints and choking people out, and you start having brain damage after a period of time, and they don't know this. They're saying, well, maybe this is the way it is. I don't know. Whoa, no. What are you talking about? This is violent. These are kids. When I was a kid, right? I had a friend of mine in the family, my neighbor, my buddy, since we were like 5 years old. He said, come here. He had Playboy magazine. Oh my God, Playboy magazine. Wow. That was nothing. They didn't even show pubic hair, nothing. It was like, I don't know what it was. It was like Rebecca Sunnybrook Farm. Hey, I got a beach ball. It was innocent. And that was considered, wow, look at this. You show some kid who's 10 years old, violent, choking, and every kind of, shall we say, form of intromission that you can imagine? No. That's for adults. That's for you. You're 18, knock yourself out. Not for kids. So what do? You got to be able to say, can we have a means for kids to? No. What do you mean no? No. Wait a minute. Can't you just verify something? I know they can get around it, but no. Can we say positive things about Trump? No. It's the hypocrisy. This is it. Let me tell you something right now. This is it right now. Follow her. She cannot, and when she does it, oh, you should see the bots and the trolls and this and these farms because they're going crazy. They have this thing where whenever they wanted to have parental age verification and parental rights, because let me tell you something, the government wants to take your kids away from you. This is about autonomy and primacy. That's what this is about. And whenever somebody would say, whenever she and her friend, not friends, but there's a number of organizations she can tell you about, when they tried to explain what was going on, they said, this is going to hurt the trans community. I go, what the fuck? What? The trans community? How's that? I don't know. The trans community? Nobody brought up the trans. I swear to God, this is what they said. Sextortion. Your kid's playing a game, right? Minefield, glory, battle, whatever the hell it is. And all of a sudden, little face comes up. He thinks it's a girl because they're looking at him. Next thing you know, they're exchanging, they're showing stuff. By the way, Sean Ryan's doing some great stuff. Sean Ryan's great stuff. Sean, excellent. I love his Antichrist stuff. Oh, I love that. Anyway. So your kid's talking, and all of a sudden they're talking. I mean, your son, because he's a kid, thinks he's talking to some girl, and he's a kid. He has no judgment. He has no discernment. She sends him a picture, but it's some Nigerian bastard. It's somebody and one guy was here, I think in New Jersey, who basically did it, and he gets a hold of a kid. And he sends it, and he says, here, send me a picture. Now, I know it sounds crazy. Oh, look at this. Saw billboards all over Phoenix for Guthrie. Still thinking Hoda, just saying, Hoda, wow. They just forgot about her. That's the saddest thing. Anyway, so thank you, Carla. So they have this exchange. So all of a sudden the boy gets a hold of this bastard from Nigeria, wherever, and says, I've got your picture, and I'm going to give it to your mother, and I'm going to give it to your friends, and I'm going to send it, and I know who you are, and unless you give me whatever it is, 500 to a kid. Imagine you're 8 years old, $500. You got to tell your parent? What do you do? What do you do? And their little brains, their little minds, overwhelmed, crushing in. Guess what they do to themselves? And they even tell them. Go ahead, do it. Nobody cares. Now you tell me that there's nothing that big tech can do about that. Tell me. Come on. It's not even funny anymore. It's not even. And the people who've had this happen, you know who John A. Light is? John A. Light is a former Gambino soldier, turned his life around. Anyway, his daughter, his beloved daughter, didn't overdose. She was poisoned by some kind of, they're putting fentanyl in everything. And they're poisoning us. And if this isn't a part of some other foreign, whatever it is, I am telling you, this is Chris. I am not a prude. I don't want a kid to ruin your ability to enjoy adult stuff. It's okay with me. That's parents' duty. You don't watch that. That's it, period. But this is a different story. And little kids today, oh dear God, they cannot watch any screen until they're like 15. I know, it sounds crazy. Let me tell you something very quickly. When you are a little kid and you've got somebody in your home, grandkid, whatever, I want you to do something. I want you to give them and say, here, when they're old enough, here, look at this. Here, what is it? It's a ball. Here, throw it to me. What? Throw it to me. The kid's got to go like this. Okay, spherical. It weighs this much. Kid doesn't fire back and do like a Nolan Ryan at you, but just kind of figures trajectory, and the brain's going making connections and ball, distance, strategy, talking. So, how was your day today? Good, yeah. What else did you do? Well, it's fun. We're talking, multitasking, instruments, music, two different things. That's later on, but this is and then later on, you give them a pen. Now, they've never held anything before. That's why they can't write. They also can't track anything because they've been watching these. You give them a pad and it just blasts them. So they don't have to track. It just, music, sound. So you give them a book and they can't read. They can't follow. They've never done this before. Dee Dee says, your wife is a lucky lady. I love your humor. Thank you. Because humor, by the way, is absurdist. Thank you for that. It means a lot to me. Because what I'm telling you is the truth. I'm not just making funny noises for the sake. It's about something that's true. It's absurdist. It's different. These kids are so, listen to this. My wife's friend, she is a friend of hers in a pretty prestigious university. She was like a TA or she taught a course or something. They told her, do not write in cursive. It's, what was the word? It's, stressful. What? Stressful. Writing in cursive. They can't write in cursive. I've got a friend of mine who's an elementary school teacher. Kids don't even know how to add or how to read analog clocks. They can't do it. They can't read it. They can't read a clock. We did this like at first grade or kindergarten. Let me tell you something. I love those Catholic nuns. God damn it, I love them. We used to do the Palmer method. I can tell with someone, do you ever see the way they write like this? My friend Sandy Levine, this poor guy from this Carnegie Deli, great man. He write. I said, what is it? What, did you break your hand? Palmer method. Remember the little ball here? It just, we heard that there was a kid who was held back in school because of his handwriting. This is a Catholic school. And we never learned about Catholicism. We talked about order. Get in line. Wear this. Wear a uniform. Everybody's the same. Look at you. Stand up. Shut up. Sit up. Up and down. Up and down. Black, white, red. Didn't matter. Everybody looked at this. It was, I used to think this is socialist. Fine. Whatever you want to call it. Kids need that. And they love it. And that's what Charlie Kirk was doing. They wanted it. I'm going to say, listen to me. Listen to me. Celibacy before marriage? I think that, I'm not sure about that one. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure about that one. Answer a question, by the way, everybody here. Do you think you should, marry somebody, never have had sex with them, never live with them? You think it's a good idea? But I think living with somebody is important. Sorry. Who thinks this? I mean, Charlie, I respect you, but no, you live with her. You see what I'm talking about. Once once the panache, you find out who's a nut. And there's nuts out there. Absolutely. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. And you're going to go, you're going to be a virgin until what? How old are you? Let's say you get married when you're 30. What? No. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. But a lot of kids may need that. And Charlie said it. And you're entitled to think that. And by the way, I would say if that's your inclination, fine. And believe in God and believe in church and do this. And I don't necessarily do it myself. But the point is he did it. He did it. And he was popular and they loved it because they wanted order. They loved it. They respected it. They respected it. We had this thing years ago. It was in juvenile court, and these guys, they had boot camp. I think they discontinued them, but they had these retired DIs and military and cops. They would volunteer. They would bring these kids in for their court hearing. And some would be from the boot camps and others would be from regular detention centers. And the regular detention centers, these kids, and all of a sudden there'd be this kid standing in the corner with this guy with a hat, the Smokey Bear hat, looking at him like that. And the kid was just, and he said, "Who's that?" I said, "Oh, that's a boot camp." Really? How can you, how do we get into a boot camp? He says, "You want to get into it?" "Yeah." "Why?" He says, "They show us attention. They care about us. Look, they just bring us in a bus. They let us go. We're like we're animals." Kids love attention. They love direction. They love when they say, "You mean so much to me. I'm going to watch you. You're not going to get away with anything." That's why people love when their fathers and parents show discipline. Because you loved me. You cared about me. They love that. No, we hit them, but I'm saying just you want, you know what I mean? You cared about me. You're too good for that. You're smarter than that. You're more talented. What's the matter with you? You let me down. You let us down. Wow. I'm important. Yes, we've got high stakes. I'm telling you. You know this. Everybody knows this. And that's what Charlie believed in. And that's what I think Candace is doing. And that's what I love the way they're getting into hardcore Catholicism, which is good. If that's your thing. There's a lot that's good about it. A lot of rules, a lot of good rules. So that's what I'm telling you is that he was important. And I'll be goddamn if I'm going to let his murder just be forgotten. Because some numbnut says, "I think I'm being mean to Erika." Shut up. Blow it out your ass. All right, my friends, we love you. One more time, thank you so much for this. You follow her. Show her some support because we're taking over again. We're going to take this country back. I don't know about when the president said, Trump, he does a lot of stupid things sometimes, but there's a lot of great things. And there's more about him. There's more about him. I'll let my wife tell you. There was an event he helped with these parents that, you can't believe what he did. And nobody knows about it. No cameras, no nothing. He is a gem when nobody's looking. Not perfect, but I'll be damned if I'm going to go 4 more years of that numbnuts walking around that whizzing dotard, incontinent, dropping a load in his pants, yelling, "Who ordered the veal cutlet?" Melania had DJT sign the Take It Down Act. Has your wife reached out to Melania? Yes, in fact, yes. I'll let her tell you, yes. She has done with Melania, and she's been to the White House. They've met. Yes. I'll let her do this. I don't want to misspeak, but thank you. You follow her. Here's Marneed. Is it Marneed? I'm so blind. 1999. Thank you. Super sticker. Thank you for that. I have these progressive lenses go up and down and this and that. I'm nearsighted. So when I read, I take my glasses off. I just can't see far. So I'm doing like this a lot. I'm going like that. We're doing this. I'm doing this kind of routine. What are you going to do? But I've had this my whole life. So anyway, No sex before marriage. Okay, Rosie. You know what? If you don't want to, you go ahead and do that. Okay, you do that. But I'm just saying there's some kind of, I think I don't want to bifurcate the two. I think it can be done too young. I think it can be done too young. But I just don't expect that. That one I don't really expect. But I think what happens is you have to teach kids reality. And you can say, you got to understand something. You got a son or a daughter. You can say, listen, I understand what you're going through puberty. I understand what's happening. This is terrific. You're going to have kids one day. You're going to have a sex drive. Nothing wrong with that. You can have fantasies. You can do whatever you want. That's great. That's being a human. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. No. Don't ever, but understand there's responsibilities. Remember. And it's the part that, especially with young girls, and you can, let me tell you something right now. I know you're not going to listen to your grandpa because I'm an old tiger. But you don't want to be in the position where you think you've been used because it will destroy you. And there's a lot women always talk about when they lost their virginity. I'm telling you, they talk about that for the rest of their life. Ask most guys, when'd you lose your virginity? Huh? Your virginity. Shit, I don't know. It's not this, we don't have the Hyman analog, the nature safety seal. If broken, don't use. That ridiculous nonsense about that. But it's a big deal. And you got to tell kids that. They may not know. I've heard people that are 50 years old. I lost my virginity to a man at a carnival. It's like, you're talking about that again? Listen, I know you learn things when somebody says something over and over again. How many men say that their fathers never told them they loved them? How many times? I don't understand that. My family's all we ever said. No, more than that. My father kissed him. I love you, love you, love you, love you. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? But I hear it all the, well, I knew my father loved me. What? That's barbaric. It's barbaric. I got my one sister. I used to tell her, you're adopted. What? The police brought you. The police brought you. Me, what? And anything I told her she had arthritis. She believed everything. And then one time we're kidding around. I said, let me ask you something. I said, what if somebody said to you that your brother doesn't love you? What would you say? I said, that's crazy. What would you say? I said, damn right. What if somebody said, you don't understand something? He doesn't love. And there's ways to have fun. But they don't even, it's weird. It's just, there's so many sad people out there. And they weren't hurt. They weren't beaten, but they were like just ignored. And indifference, I think, hurts more than anything else. It's the worst thing. It's like they never felt special. They never felt special. They never felt like they were really worthwhile. And when I see some poor little kid going through life, tough enough as it is, you know what it is? Maybe if you're a weight problem, maybe, oh my God, when I was a kid, are you kidding? I had like 36. When I was in first grade, I had 36 waist. And they wrote husky. Like they had to remind me. I'm like 3 feet tall. Well, I was taller, but still 36 husky. It's like, Jesus, don't rub it in. I felt great about myself. My parents made me feel great. I figure it's the other kids, oh my God. So imagine you go through life like that, and then they throw this sexual perversion, and they make it, and this is what you have to do to feel a part of it. I'm late tuning in. These make my day, Lionel. Thanks for being you. Also, Cash Patel, I'm getting late. It's so funny. Oh, look at this. You remember that? Husky? Oh, yeah. Oh, this was great, too. Oh, I was the tallest one in my class. You should see this one picture of me, my one class. You would think I'm like, I play for the Rams. The teacher, me, everybody else is like, what is this? Glasses, braces, 36, and stuttered. Ho ho! Hey, Barbariba, we're throwing those dice. Yeah. I didn't care. Thank you, Shanda. Shanda Satchel. Oh, chandelier. Thank you. That was a good one. I had a nun one time pull me out of the class to say I was retarded. She thought I was retarded. And the two of us stuttered. So the guy Joe, I'm not going to mention his name, but I said, remember that nun? Yeah. I said, well, they were wrong about me, but you, I'm not. Imagine somebody telling you that you're retarded. But I knew better. I had a good foundation. And everything was great. Everything was. But you get a little kid, maybe doesn't have a father, maybe has a father, maybe he's busy, maybe they're just, and they're looking at this stuff, and they said, the only way I'm going to get up, okay, I'm going to have to slap a girl. I'm not trying to laugh about it, but no. You know what we need? How many little boys know how to be a gentleman? How many? Anybody? Guess. How many? None. Did I say none enough? I think I did. If I told myself, listen, you want to get women? You want to hear me? I don't care if you like this or not. You be a gentleman. They'll love you. You open the door. He's so nice. When girls talk to them, what was he like? He's so nice. He treats me like a devil. That's the way to do it. And that's the way we're going to do it. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. You trust me when I tell you that. They will love you if you do that. It's called respect. You get it back. It's simple. But nobody does that. Even if you don't care about it. Anyway, I've said enough. Jesus, 2 hours with you? 2 hours? And by the way, Candace is the GOAT. Here's the Candace. You know, one night she came in. And I said, is that Candace? Yeah. People went berserk. She's the GOAT. It's weird to call somebody the GOAT. You know what I mean? Greatest of all time. She's it. She is phenomenal. And I'm telling you right now, she has inspired more people. How about these people who take her show and then put it on their show? Did you hear what Candace said today? Well, hang on. I'll go watch Candace. Oh, no. Watch me. I'll tell you what Candace said. Why don't you want you to tell me? I'll just go to Candace. No. I'll show you. I don't want you to show me because you're going to stop it and you're going to explain to what I understand. I don't need you to explain it. Let me go back over here. I love these videos of people being arrested. I love that. I can watch this all day long. You know, I wasn't driving. I was traveling. You know, they're sovereign citizens and read me my rights and all, whatever it is. And I watched this. And what they do is they take the same woman. There's one famous one. Give them a ticket. If you know what I'm talking about, she's famous. And everybody just takes it, puts them on their channel and says, can you believe this woman? I said, hey, isn't that the same one that he did? Yeah. So what are you adding to it? Nothing. It's like reusing content. Nothing wrong with it. It's okay with the rules. But Candace has produced more. I'm never going to take her stuff. I'll talk about kind of what the subject is, but she's made more jobs. She's inspired more workers, so to speak, more I was going to say imposters. So what I meant, more influencers. It's amazing. Look at this. My husband was raised at the Mount Loretto Staten Island orphanage run by nuns. They raised him to be a gentleman who knew his talents. Wow. Oh, the nuns were phenomenal. Oh, there's a group of people called, have you ever heard the Sisters of Life? Oh, they wore habits. And oh my God. Let me tell you something. I think there's Catholic school and there's Catholic church. And the Catholic school was the best in the old days in the 60s. I mean, those nuns. Did you know I should go blind if I'm lying on my eyes. I didn't know they were women until like kindergarten. I didn't know. I never even thought about it. They walked around with like this, with a cardboard like this. And they just, you never saw them walk. They just kind of floated like this. You know, they just kind of back and forth. They come into the bathroom. All right, 10 minutes. Okay, sister. And they had Sister Carmine, Sister Mike Tyson, Sister H.R. Bob Haldeman, Sister Mary Agony. I love these people. And you never forgot their names. Ever. And they were just, phenomenal. Nobody laid a hand on us. They scared the shit out of you. These 4 feet tall, these little Salesians out of Sicily, they walk in there. And when they were in an early age, they said, you can do one of two things. You can work in the sulfur mines or be a nun. To the nuns. And they were tough. Sister Carmine Labruzzo, it's like, Jesus. What was that? Nothing, sister. And they had these sleeves. I'm cut here. What was that? First aid. Oh my God. Hey, sister, we play dice? Here you go. Regulation or permanent? Oh yeah. Got a dagger. Got a straight edge. Antibiotics. Compass. Everything down. Kleenex. All this stuff. And they walked around and they never had a sweat. It was in Florida. They had a cardboard in black. They had a straight edge. And the place always smelled interesting. And the floors were waxed. Just shining the wax. And you sat there and did the ABCs. Just nobody talked back to a nun. They never threatened you, but they scared you. Not that they scared you, they just had such incredible authority. Maybe it was their clothes. I don't know. I remember one time this poor kid, he goes, they said, use the sentence, the word was adore. And he says, the baby was, adorable. The baby was adorable. She says, we can only adore God. He says, okay. What the fuck did that mean? I don't know. You didn't question. Like, what do you mean adore God? Nothing. Second grade, we did everything a year before the public schools. We did multiplication. I said, what are we doing? 2 times 3 is 6. What does that mean? Just say it. 2 times 3 is 6. So she'd line us up, got into the 8s and the 9s. Ugh. If you think about it, there's no difference. Anyway, 8 and 9. So somebody said one time, I'm sorry, so what was that? 8 times 9? I'm sorry, big. What was that? Just to pad some time to think about it. He says, what are you, deaf? So she got the chair, she put it right in front of him and goes, look at me. 8? Can you hear me? Yeah. It was great. Never hit him. But she basically kind of laughed at him. You know what I mean? Kind of laughed at him. It was wonderful days. This is the best one. I love the idea of the the real guardian angels, not Curtis Leva, but the guardian angels. Great stuff. We all have a guardian angel. We all have a guardian angel. And we had this poor kid in our class, Brian, who something bad happened to him. I don't know. He might have harmed himself. I don't know. But we said, what about his guardian angel? Next. We don't want to hear about that. So there was this picture. And if you're in Catholic school, you've seen this. These 2 kids walking like this. Scared. Lightning. Dark. Like on a rickety bridge with like wood, the slats of wood missing. Like, where are they going? Crossing this 100-foot divide and lightning and dinosaurs. This saber-tooth tigers. They kind of went a little much. And they were scared. And there was a guardian angel with the wings open. Beautiful. So I'm looking at him and I said, yes, sister, we each have a guardian angel, right? Which one of these 2 buys the farm? Because there's only one. I was saying it like that. The nun said, don't ask any questions. And from that moment on, I asked questions. Sister, yeah, listen, you've heard that Adam and Eve? Yeah, you know this one, yeah. You have Cain and Abel, yeah. And Seth, never forget, Seth was the one they never remember. Cain slays Abel, all right. You got Adam and Eve and Cain, yeah. Where the Koreans come from, that kind of thing. Sit down. I love that. That's enough. Hit the like button. How many likes do I have? Because I can't tell on this yet. Somebody do how many likes am I showing, huh? Hit that like that. That D's nuts. I think it's funny. How about this? Where is he? Come on. Where is the, let's go. Anybody? How are we doing the lights? Nobody's answering my question. Oh, there's a delay. Okay, whatever it is. You really need to archive your stories and sell as a 45-volume comedy box set. Ooh, 1.8 thousand. Well, very good. Thank you. But you know what it is? I'm not funny. It's just true. I'm just telling you the truth. This is what I saw. I thought it was very, very funny. Other things were very, very, very funny. And I didn't write that. I'm telling you this. In any event, thank you. All right, dear friends. We had a nice time tonight. 2 hours and 9 minutes. Not bad, huh? No prompter, no script, no nothing, no commercials. 2 hours, 9 minutes. That would be about a 4-hour radio show with all the commercials. What are you going to do? You know why? Because of you. because you're beautiful. I love being here. One more time, follow my wife. If you love me, love her. Lynn's Warriors on YouTube. All right, dear friends, have a great night. It's 40 degrees. I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do right now, but I'm going to thank whoever it is for you. I mean that. You were terrific. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget the monkey's dead. Show's over. Sue ya. Ta-ta.